Have a drink of paint. Tonight we are doing Hercules with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's kind of a special episode. I have here a bottle of Teremana, The Rock's tequila. We are going to be giving this a shot tonight since we're doing Hercules, where everything was back in time. Then we're just going to drink it as is and see how it is. So I'm going to keep tonight's video short. I will be doing a music video for you at the end. It's just going to be some AI music, but I will there we go, edit in bits of the movie during the video instead of my video. We'll start with that much and go from there. It's a pretty expensive bottle. Not a sponsor, by the way, but Dwayne, hit me up. I'll drink the crap out of this probably. Oh, let's give it a shot and see how she tastes. Tastes like tequila. It is you don't get the burn as quickly afterwards, but it is there. It's not as bad as the cheap tequilas. And yeah, she's all there, I can tell you that much. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Terry. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, today we're doing Hercules again. Basically, if you don't know the story of Hercules, which if you're in the States, you pretty much should have learned Greek mythology at some point in your school career. But basically, he is the son of Zeus and a mortal woman, so he's a demigod. His powers are superhuman strength, basically. So Zeus's wife is obviously not happy about him existing because, yeah. Anyways, so she makes his life hell for quite a few years, and then they end up giving him 12 labors and tests that he has to go through, and if he completes them, then she'll let him live a normal life. So he goes and he completes the 12 trials. It's like beating a hydra, beating some lion was his last one, I think. But the way this movie does it is when you get to the Hercules part, he has friends that help him make his legend. So it's a different take. But yeah. Anyways, he ends up going and taking out these guys, and he's basically a mercenary for hire at this point, so he works for gold. And after their first mission in the movie, a princess approaches him for a new job to help her father take out this centaur threat. There's supposed to be centaurs that they're fighting. Turns out it's just guys on horses. Big surprise there. Spoilers! Which, just a heads up, there are going to be spoilers during this episode. So, after he gets approached by the princess, he ends up taking the job from the king. They go to war. He has to train farmers to be soldiers. So basically he took his peasants and turn them into his army for him. Hercules did that for the king. So they go, they fight the war, they win, everybody's happy, but it turns out the king and the daughter were kind of lying. She was lying because the king's threatened her son, which is the rightful heir, because he had poisoned her husband to take the throne. Well, then he goes reverse in time for a little bit, and where he served this other king, and he had gotten basically blackout drunk, and his family was murdered. Wife, 3 kids. So skip to today's deal. He figures out the king's a cheat and he wants to stop him. One guy takes off from his group. He's like, y'all are crazy. Everybody else stays because they got his back. And they end up getting captured. Turns out the king he's serving and the king he used to serve are in cahoots to rule all of Greece together. Which I'm sure would have turned out just fine had Hercules not come along. Okay, so at this point, he wakes up, there's a Cerberus in front of him, and as he's coming to, he realizes it's 3 different wolves. That's when it all kind of clicks to him, because he had seen a Cerberus the night his family was murdered. And the king that he used to serve reveals to him that he took out the guy's family to make sure he didn't overshadow his power. Because people were looking at him like a god. And can't have that, not when you're a king. Let's do another shot here. That'll make you pump some iron. Getting pretty angry, breaking free from his chains, and taking a guy out in a really cool fashion that was about to execute the current king's daughter. Just because he was that kind of an asshole, I guess. So yeah, after that, they end up just kind of whooping up on everybody. He gets his revenge on the king he used to serve. They run out. The new king has his new army, which Hercules trained all of them. And he ends up threatening the life of the grandson and has him at knife point. The guy that ran off shows up, kills the guy that has him with the knife. With a throwing knife, kills the guy that is holding a knife to the kid's throat with a throwing knife. But yeah, so basically they end up kind of going at it. One of his party dies. I'm not going to tell you which. Which there are some good actors in this movie that I'm not mentioning. But if you go watch it or you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's actually a very good movie overall. At the end, he ends up pushing over a like 80-foot statue. So technically he lived up to his legend, even though most of his legend was faked-ish. Or just kept quiet, I guess. Like at one point you see the Hydra, and it was like a bunch of dudes with reptilian masks. So, anyways, he ends up pushing over the statue, takes out the king, stands up out of the smoke after everything clears. The army bows to him. Movie over. Good movie all around. I don't really have a whole lot of criticism for it. Kind of is what it is. I will say I'm not crazy about the idea of him playing Kratos because they made this Hercules version so close to Kratos as far as an origin story. So it would just be, to me, repetitive to have him play almost the same character. So I really hope they find somebody else. But I think it was a good movie. It's very actiony, very quick, easy watch. Definitely something you can open up a bag of popcorn and chill to. So, without further ado, I've enjoyed my drink. Teremana. Thank you, Dwayne. It was good. I was trying to find also the bottle for Ryan Reynolds Aviation Gin, the Deadpool and Wolverine bottles. Have not been able to find them yet, but yeah, I just don't want to order them. So I don't know. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna edit together some clips of the movie and throw some AI music that I generated. I won't say made because I didn't really make it, but yeah, I'm gonna try and make something kind of cool for you guys to enjoy. Hopefully it'll be about a minute or so long, so enjoy that. And until next time, I've enjoyed my drink. I hope you enjoyed yours. Whoa, that's good. Not bad. And we'll see you next time. Have a drink of paint. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Born of God's nature.